Hi, everyone. My name is Peter. Thanks for joining me at Our Worship Sound, where we're working to make worship keyboard technique and technology easier. If you've listened to any sort of modern music, worship music, you've no doubt heard a pad sound. So, we're going to talk about a really easy way to add a pad sound to your playing, and that is to simply play a pre-recorded drone sound. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that sounds like in a moment. But first of all, I want to give you the first couple of tips. And the first tip is you have to know your key. Okay, so a lot of times we can play the chords that are on the chart, but we don't take the time to think about what key we're in. You want to do that so you get the right recording started. You want to have a set of recordings for any key. Make sure you play the right one by analyzing what key you need to be in. Once you have that figured out, all you have to do is hit play. Okay, and then you don't need any fancy software. All you do is just play it from wherever you would normally play music during your church service. It could be from your computer. It could be from a computer in the back. It could be from somebody's mobile device plugged into the sound system. But just hit play. You don't need anything fancy. Now, for this video, in order to get the audio to the right places, I had to put it into this particular fancy software application that you definitely don't need for this purpose. But so I'm going to hit play on this one. And this is all a pre-recorded drone sound is. This goes on for 15 minutes, and it's going to provide a good background for anything that I play in the key of C major. Okay, so we know the key that we need. We've hit play. We're ready to go. And the third thing that you want to keep in mind is don't overplay. Okay, you might feel like you're cheating by doing this, but you're not. This is just a really effective, albeit simple way of adding a pad sound to your playing, creating that sort of feel for your playing. So I can take any chord progression in the key of C major, and the notes that are in the pre-recording are going to sound good with any of these chords. I'm not playing a lot because I don't need to. Okay, I don't need to play anything more because the pad is already doing a lot for me. Okay, so just kind of let that go. Another thing is don't feel limited by the pad drum. You can play a lot more chords than you realize if they're related to the key. Okay, so far all the notes that I've played have been chords based on notes of the C major scale. So if you play them in context, they're going to sound good. But even chords that are slightly outside the context of the key and altered, maybe you want to play a 4-chord minor instead of major. Okay, that does not sound bad at all. Okay, maybe you want to play a chord that's based on the lowered version of the 6th note. So we play. Okay, and that still works because the notes that are in the drone are going to work with this altered chord because it's in the context of this key. Flat 7 chord. Back to the 1. So don't feel limited by the drone. Okay, you can play probably more chords than you realize. Okay, I'm going to stop this for a moment. The next thing I want to talk about is what about minor keys? Okay, you have a couple of different options, and it's kind of up to you the way you go. Okay, the way that would make more sense to me generally is that most minor chord progressions or minor songs are going to be closely related to a major key. Okay, and we call these relative keys. They have the same key signature. Almost all the notes of the scale are the same. So if I play an A minor scale, it's all the same notes of the C scale. It's just starting in a different place. Okay, so if I start that pad drone for C major, it's also going to work for A minor. This might get a little funky if you have like a true 5 chord within A minor. Okay. The other option would be to use the major for the same minor, or what we call parallel keys. So I could use the C for not only C major but C minor. We can hear how that sounds. that sounds a little bit darker to use the parallel. So this is a C drone with playing in C minor. And there's a little funkiness there, but that's not too bad, okay? So you have a couple different options when it comes to using minor keys. But just hit play, okay? Know what key you're in, know what key you need for the drone sound. Don't feel like you need to play too much. Don't feel limited by the pad drone. And then you can think through what you want to use for minor key. You have a couple of different options. So playing with the pad sound is a big part of what we do when we play in the background as well. And so along with playing these pads, along with any song that you want, you can also use them to play in the background, which is a topic of a new course that I put together called Fluent Piano Background. It's going to walk through all the specifics you need to really set the tone for what's happening in a church service behind what's being spoken at a given point. Just really support what's happening there. So if you want to check that out, you can do so at fluentpiano.com. Stay tuned for some more videos from this YouTube channel, or you can check out fluentpiano.com for more information on the Fluent Piano courses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.